All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening, welcome, welcome. This is a very, very large crowd here tonight, but that's what we expect, a very large crowd. Should be well over 300 in this room tonight. So thank you all for coming. A big welcome to all of our guests, all of our visitors. I'd like to also welcome TV 35, 36. They are with us for the full evening. And I'd like to give a special welcome to the class of 2024, the Hall of Fame induction class. This is your night. This is the night when the organization, the WTAAA, will honor and recognize you for your athletic achievements in your high school and within Woodbridge Township. So congratulations to all of you. We have a nice program planned for the evening, and we'll get started in just a few minutes. Just a little bit of a background on the Hall of Fame. We started back in 1989. The first class was inducted. That was the charter member class. And the leaders of the organization at that time were people like Dave Peterson, Sam Lupo, Frank and Vinnie Capraro, Vince Joffrey. They were some of the early people that started the program. Later, two of the current committee members, or recently one of our members passed, that's Sandy Schmidtke from Colonia. She joined in the 1990 decade, and Greg Ficara joined, and he's still with us on the committee. The organization went from 1989 to the year 2000. So they had 12 consecutive dinners in a variety of locations in Woodbridge Township. But then it went into a hibernation for 15 years. Nobody wanted to do the work. Nobody wanted to put in the time. Nobody wanted to make the effort until 2015, when the current committee took over the operation, and I think we've made it into a very successful Hall of Fame. We might have our personal bias about this Hall of Fame, but it continues to grow and it continues to get better. Thank you, thank you. At this point, I'm going to ask Deacon Peter Barcelona from St. Anthony to come up and give the invocation to the audience. Peter.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, as we gather this day to celebrate the gifts of time and talent you bestowed on us, we thank you especially for these individuals and teams that will be honored and inducted into the Woodbridge Township Athletic Alumni Association Hall of Fame. Through this humble prayer, we are deeply grateful to you, Heavenly Father, for all your gifts of life and sport, for the athletic talent you bestowed on each one of these honorees. As we gather today in fellowship, we ask your blessings upon our honorees and their families and all those who serve on the Woodbridge Township Athletic Alumni Association, and for those who have worked to make this special occasion possible. Heavenly Father, we ask your blessings upon this food we are about to share. Bless those who prepare it and those who will serve it. And Father, make us ever mindful of those who this day are without adequate food and shelter. Show us how we may be a blessing in their lives. We ask all these things of you, most merciful Father, in your holy name, amen.
Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you. All right. The next person that I'm going to introduce is someone who has been invaluable to the education, athletic, and art and music community of this town, among other things. But those three areas, I think, are very important to many of us in this room. In the education academic area, you've had a brand new building at the Ross Street School in the center of town in Woodbridge. You have an expansion at the Ford's Elementary School. You have a major redo at the Avenel Street Schools on Avenel Street. And I believe there's a brand new building going up in Hope Lawn, which I think the mayor will probably talk about in a few moments. In the art and music field, you have the Avenel Performing Arts Center, to say nothing of what goes on in the middle schools and the high schools and even the elementary schools when it comes to art and music and drama, in other words, the culture arts. And then finally, the area that is very important to us is the athletic area. The facilities are fantastic. We have the turf fields, we have new tennis courts, we have new tracks, we have new gymnasium scoreboards, new gymnasium seating. All of this has been accomplished under Mayor McCormick and the town council during the last, I'm going to say 15 years or so. The facilities are so fantastic in the township. I really would like to see some state tournament games held here in the future. So I'll just put that out there and drop it for now. But that's really what we have. You have a brand new field house at Woodbridge High School. So in those three areas in particular, the township is really booming, and those three areas are certainly important to the children of Woodbridge Township, the next generation. So ladies and gentlemen, would you please give a warm welcome to Mayor John McCormick.
Thank you very much, Nick, for that great introduction. Welcome to the Woodbridge Community Center. Many of you have probably never been here. This building goes back to 1999 when the town had this 15-acre landfill that we wanted to do something with. I was a town CFO then. We went out for proposals, got a company come in to put a recreation facility here, double ice rinks and a giant arcade. They put a couple $1 million into the ground because it was, like I said, a landfill. They had to drive piles. They had to put a methane system, the whole thing. Then they went bankrupt. And we managed to convince the mayor at the time, McGreevy, that we should take over the whole project, leave the architecture exactly the way it was, and redo it. Instead of 2 ice, we have 1 roller, 1 ice. Instead of arcades, we have a gym, we have a pool, we have billiards room, we have cardio, we have weights, we have all kinds of different things. Mini golf out back, batting cages out back. This is a phenomenal facility. That's the treasure of Woodbridge Township. So welcome to this wonderful facility. I want to thank Nick for that great introduction. We do work very hard with our school district, and my partner in that is the superintendent of schools, Dr. Joseph Massimino, who is here. I'd like Joe to stand up and take a bow and thank him for everything. I don't know where Joe is, but I know he's here somewhere, so thanks for everything. I want to recognize the #1 most popular citizen of Woodbridge Township, a young man who has overcome amazing adversity after a terrible tragedy back on October 16th of 2010 when he was hurt badly at a football game for Rutgers. He has overcome that in a way that I can't imagine anybody doing. He has been a tremendous role model. He is somebody who's a national spokesman for spinal cord injuries. Anytime someone's hurt anywhere in the country, the first call the parents make or the first call that person makes is to Eric LeGrand. So I want to recognize he's here tonight because his sister's getting inducted. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Eric LeGrand. I think he's here with a bunch of players who I used to play Knights of Columbus basketball with, and a lot of good friends. He's been a great role model and a great coach. So I think you made a terrific choice there. Let's hear for Coach Newman. I want to recognize all the members of the board. I don't know how many are here, but if you're a board member, please stand up and be recognized. Let's hear for the board. I want to specifically thank our rec department for all the work they do in putting this event together. especially Bobby Tominski, who was, you might not know, we took over all the sports leagues in town. We were tired of kids playing their 6 games and then going away while the whole leaders concentrated on travel and all-stars, so we decided to take everything over. Boys and girls soccer, boys and girls basketball, baseball, softball, you name it. Bobby Tominski runs all those leagues, and there he's helping create the next batch in 20, 30 years of people who will be here tonight getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. So thanks to the rec department and to Bobby Tominski. I have 2 colleagues in public service on the board that I would like to specifically mention. You heard Nick mention Greg Ficara, councilman and current council president and member of the Hall of Fame, Kyle Anderson. Let's hear it for them. And finally, you're going to hear Nick thank a lot of people, and he talked about getting this back off the ground in 2015. There's one major reason why this got off the ground way back then and became what it is now, where there's 200 people getting recognized, 12.5 individuals, 6 teams. There's one person responsible for that, and Nick Sardone forgot to mention him. So I'm going to. It's Nick Sardone. When he came to us way back just about 10 years ago and says, we want to revitalize this, naturally, this was perfect for Woodbridge Township. As Nick mentioned, we do a whole lot with the schools and the fields and all that stuff. It's great that our student athletes have the best facilities, and we're proud of that. And Nick has been a supporter, and Nick's been the real driving force behind this Woodbridge Athletic Hall of Fame for the last 10 years. So I think he deserves a great round of applause. Without Nick Sardone, you would not be here tonight. So thank you very much, Nick.
All right. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Mayor. And on that note, I would like to carry on what the mayor just said. None of this would be possible without the dedication and effort of Nick Sardone. This is a year-round love affair. We start our meetings in December and we go all the way through to this evening, and no one works harder, nobody puts more time in, no one is more professional, and nobody cares more about Woodbridge Township athletics than Nick Sardone. With that being said, the members and I decided, without Nick's knowledge, I hope it's okay, Nick, to get a nice small memento award for Nick as a way of saying thank you for revitalizing this Hall of Fame, but for your day in and day out effort and for your concern and of the well-being of all the athletes of Woodbridge Township. So on behalf of my fellow WTAA members, as well as my fellow Hall of Fame members, I'd like to present Nick Sardone with an award for his dedication.
Thank you, Bobby. This is a surprise. Thank you very much. You want to take that? Oh, that was a surprise. I didn't anticipate that one. Okay. Mayor McCormick, thank you very much for the kind comments. But I do need to say this to you. Maybe I drive the bus, maybe. But sometimes I get squashed too. And, but what we accomplish, what we've been able to develop with this organization cannot be done without the efforts of every member of the committee. And we've largely stayed the same. And I'm very proud of that. We've stayed together for 10 years. And it's very important that you have that continuity. So we have it. I look forward to it. We'll see what transpires. But the people on the committee really work hard. Everybody has an assignment. Everybody is delegated a task to get something done, to contribute something to the program tonight. And in general, most of our members were here this morning at 9 o'clock. When they came in here, this was a roller rink. It was a roller rink. What is it now? It's a restaurant. It's a restaurant tonight. We're having a big, tremendous affair. And that is all thanks to the committee members, the balloons, the table setups. Everything that you see takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and they put the time in. And we have the meetings, like Bobby said, and it's good. It's all good. We are a 501c3. We give out scholarships, 6 at the end of every school year. We give out, we donate to 2 charity organizations that I know you have heard of, and that's the Marissa Tafaro Foundation and also the Eric LeGrand Team Fund. So we're going to continue that. We're able to do it thanks to the participation of people tonight and also the sponsors that are in the booklet tonight. They're the ones that helped to contribute to the scholarship and donations that we made. $4,000 we gave out last spring, thanks to people like you and the sponsors that are in the booklet. Please support the sponsors. Most of them keep coming back because they trust us, they know us, and they want to help us. So please support them, and hopefully we'll pick up more in the future. Okay, enough with all of that. Let's move on now, and as Mayor McCormick said, we go into the guest of honor part of the program. If you will turn to page 2 and page 3 in your booklet, you will see the guest of honor. It was already announced. That's Coach Ray Newman from JFK. The guest of honor role has been awarded since 1996. We only give one. There's only about 10 names on the list. If you look at the bottom of page 2, you'll see the names of the previous guests of honor. So really, it is a very distinguished, esteemed award that we present to the guest of honor. Making the introduction tonight will be one of Coach Ray's former players. Actually, in the opinion of many of us old-timers, he may very well be the best basketball player to come out of JFK, who also played college basketball. This person is a judge. The Yankees have a judge. Woodbridge Township has a judge. So ladies and gentlemen, all rise. Here comes the judge, Ray J. Jorgensen. Jay Jorgensen. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. Okay. Here you go.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for that warm welcome, Nick. I appreciate that. Maybe I can get a 99 on the back of my robe. It's a great pleasure for me to be able to introduce to the special guest tonight, Ray Newman. Ray is a Perth Amboy guy. He played basketball and baseball at Perth Amboy High School and went on to Seton Hall University, where he played baseball as a second baseman for the Pirates. Graduating from college, he came back to his hometown of Perth Amboy and started coaching and teaching in Perth Amboy. He became the JV basketball coach and the assistant varsity coach for the Perth Amboy Panthers. You have to understand the Perth Amboy Panthers are probably the greatest team over the years out of Middlesex County. They were constantly winning county championships and going deep in the state tournament, and a large part of that was the coaching ability of Coach Newman. But 1969, let's go back to 1969. Think of this. He's got a coaching staff at Perth Amboy where he's going to win. There's a high school basketball team in Woodbridge Township, John F. Kennedy, who in 1969, when he becomes the head coach, had lost 28 games in a row. So he goes from best to worst in Middlesex County. His first 4 games, he added to that, and JFK had the distinction of having the longest losing streak in basketball in the state with 33. But he started to turn things around. He became a gym teacher at Island Junior High School and the head varsity coach at JFK that year. Looking around, he decided he's got to do something. And what he did was enhanced the careers, the lives of countless players that came through the system. He instituted something called the basketball club at Island Junior High School. And there was approximately 70 kids that joined that from 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. He's really focusing, I think, on the 8th graders. we had a bunch of talented kids in the 8th grade, and so we would go to basketball club to actually learn the game of basketball. And that's what coaches tremendously be able to do, and that is to teach the game and how it's to be done. So what does he do? Well, as I said, he headed to that losing streak. His first year, he had a losing record. His second year, we were still in junior high. We went undefeated, 12-0. The varsity team at Kennedy came down to scrimmage us, and we held our own against the varsity that year. But he had another losing season. In 1971-72, there were 8 sophomores. We've got a couple here tonight, Ricky and Terry Gurin. 8 sophomores who would earn varsity letters. We just squeaked by, almost to have a 500 record, but not quite yet. And then things turned around. That core of the basketball club continued on. Junior year, by senior year, that team that was the worst team in the state consecutively, we ended up number 6 in the Star Ledger final rankings, and that's only because of a really poor foul call that was made during a semifinal against Camden High School. So we went from worst to being ranked number 6 in the state. And along the way, Coach Ray was the Coach of the Year for the Home News my junior year. He was Coach of the Year for the Home News my senior year. And my senior year, which was 1973-74, when we went 24-3, he was determined to be, by the Star Ledger, the basketball coach of the state of New Jersey. I'm sure that there were some colleges that were looking at him, but he decided he's going to stay at high school. He carried on. He had Jack Frost and Mike Manfrey and those guys. They came and they had 2 more 20-win seasons. And after 18 years as the head basketball coach of JFK, compiling over 200 victories, he's the winningest high school basketball coach in the township of Woodbridge. He decided that he was going to give up as the varsity coach. Something that you don't know, however, I was on the Board of Education at the time, and I refused. I was the only one who refused your retirement request. But he was also an assistant coach with the JFK football team. He was the head coach for the girls softball team, and continued to have an impact on the lives of his players throughout the years. Some of his mentees, Paul Schroeb, Guy Jensen, they went on to win county tournaments for basketball, all because of the tutelage of Ray Newman. And so, Coach, you're going to be receiving a plaque and some things from the committee here. Your players have gotten together. We've got a watch for you when you come up here. And it gives me a great pleasure at this time to introduce the man who, other than my father, as a male, has had the greatest influence on my life, and that's Coach Ray Newman. Coach.
Thank you, Jay. Very kind with your remarks. Took all my information, put it out there. Now it's hard for me to find things to say. I would really like to thank the committee. I know they spend a lot of time, 12 months a year, putting this together. They do a great job, but they're led by one individual, and he's standing over to my left, spends countless time running down people, making commitments from people. Nick Sardone is really the hub of this program. He spends countless hours. I've been on the phone with him quite a bit, and I know other people have been on the phone with him over the years. So he's the one that really stirs the spring, and he's the one that puts this thing together. I want to congratulate the student athletes that are going to receive awards tonight. That's a big moment in your life, something you'll remember as time goes by. in years to come. I'm sure that they've excelled in the classroom as well as on the field of play during their playing days. Also, they are people to be remembered from years to come. Personally speaking, I'm going to try to expedite this thing so that we can get the award winners up here. And I'll briefly mention a few people. I am not going to mention athletes like Jay or a group of guys who are sitting over at that table, because I guarantee you I will miss some people, and I don't want to do that. I spent my early years in Perth Amboy. I was lucky enough to work under Bill Bogofsky. Bill was the renowned coach in the county during the time in basketball, won numerous state championships. Also, I coached under Billy Gatus. Billy was the football coach at Perth Amboy at the time, won a state championship in 1965, and went on to become the athletic director at Colonia High School. So he has definite ties to the township. I was recruited, if you want to use the word recruited, by Ronnie Osborne. Ronnie and I competed against each other in high school in baseball. As a matter of fact, Ronnie introduced me to my wife, Annette, as we were playing summer baseball, so he holds a strong place in my heart. Ronnie was a head football coach at the school that I taught at, Island High School, JFK. Ronnie won 2 state championships during his time as a coach there. He moved on to become the athletic director at Kennedy High School and moved on further. So I'm indebted to Ronnie. Ronnie's not with us, but he's always going to be with me in thought and prayer. Other than Ron, other people that had an impact on me are the principals I worked under. I worked under the late George Garrick, who was the principal at Island Junior High School when I got there. I also worked under John Hoagland at JFK. John was very patient with me. I was fortunate to work with a great staff. The people I worked with in phys ed at the high school, Bob Lanigan, Gary Kuzniak, Bobby McLaughlin, Eddie Bobo, Brad Altland was a trainer but also a phys ed teacher. The female staff at that time, Sharon DiLeonardo, Sue Williams, and Marie Gardner. It was a great staff, very cooperative with one another. I was fortunate to also know the voice of Kennedy, Nancy Cantala, who still deals with the Kennedy football games as far as I'm concerned. Great bunch of people. I coached football also when I was at Kennedy. I worked under Ronnie Osborne and the late Carrie Hamra, both great people, both with great records, and the people on those staffs looked up to them. It was a great experience. Other than that, you know, I would just like to relate to the student athletes that are present today. This is a short moment in your life, but you will be on that treadmill for the rest of your life. Academically, I wish you well. I hope that that's an important phase. For the people that are being honored tonight, I guarantee you that's important. But there are young people sitting in this audience who are going to be guided by their parents, their guardians, their teachers, their coaches, and so forth through the years. Keep your ears open, keep your mouth closed at times, take it all in, because you're listening to people with experience, and that's the most important thing. I'm fortunate. I have a great family. My wife, Annette, and my 2 sons, Jeffrey and Gary, have had to share time with me, and they're great parents with their grandchildren, Ryan, Tanner, also with Patrick and Daniel. So I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the people that are going to be inducted, and I appreciate your attention, and I hope I didn't talk too long, because this is not my cup of tea. I'm a locker room type of talker, not necessarily a public speaker. Thank you very much for your attention.
You can transition to me for dinner whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Coach Ray, thank you. Thank you for your remarks. Thank you for being the great gentleman, as well as great coach and great educator that you have been over the years. One more, please. One more for Coach Ray. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we will begin the second half of the program. This is where all of the inductees, the 17 individual inductees, and the 6 championship teams will be called up in front of this banner. The families and friends are welcome to take pictures. TV 35, 36 will do the same. Ted will do the same as a personal photographer. And we want to get all of this out to the public of Woodbridge Township down the road. So we're going to begin in 1 or 2 minutes. But just quickly, I want to say something to you. Like I said, the Hall of Fame was established in 1989. Yes, 1989. And we think, and again, we're biased, but we think it's an amazing Hall of Fame. 7 players in our township have played in the National Football League. Several more in our Hall of Fame were drafted by NFL teams and made it to the later rounds before they were cut. A few of those players were on taxi club teams for the NFL. So football has been huge, but not just football. Baseball has 2 Major League Baseball players in this Hall of Fame. We have over 25 professional baseball players. They signed professional contracts. I just saw one of the contracts just now. One of our early inductees, he was paid $500 for his first contract. Today, they'd be making $5 million. What an amazing difference. But anyway, about 25 professional baseball players have come from Woodbridge Township high schools and played minor league baseball in America's minor league system. That includes AAA, AA, single A, and then they used to have B, C, and D. Now they have rookie leagues down in Florida. They do all of that. So baseball's been very successful. Basketball has been pretty successful too. A number of our graduates have played college basketball and have gone on to play overseas in Europe. We don't have an NBA player yet, but maybe one day, somebody in this room maybe. I don't know, but let's hope for that. All right, we do have Carl Anthony Towns, though, from St. Joe's coming back to play for the Knickerbockers this year. But that's St. Joe's, that's not Woodbridge. Okay, track, a number of our athletes have participated in college track. Many of our athletes, believe it or not, are also in their college halls of fame. As a matter of fact, in some cases, we have athletes that got into their college hall of fame before they got into our hall of fame. It's amazing. There are a couple in the room right now that are like that. So, and we can go on and on and on with all of this. I'm just trying to make the point of how amazing the athletic tradition is in Woodbridge Township, to say nothing of the great coaches that we have had in the township, and they are so numerous to name that I'm not going to name them. They're all in your program. Many of you know who they are. Fantastic coaches, truly dedicated, like Coach Newman, that's one name, I'll just say that. Truly dedicated to the kids, the students of Woodbridge Township. Can't be more proud, can't be. And I'll put this Hall of Fame up against any local township or town Hall of Fame in the state of New Jersey. That's how confident I am that it would be that strong. So, all right, I gave you all of that. Now we're going to introduce Nancy Cantala, the voice of the Mustangs at JFK. She's still doing it. Go ahead. Retired teacher and coach, and her colleague, Sharon DiLeonardo. They're very good at this. They're going to read a summary. They're not going to read the whole thing to you. They're going to read the summary of the bio and present that to you. So we hope you enjoy it. We're going alphabetically first with the individual inductees, and then chronologically for the team inductees, okay? So bear with us, get your cameras ready. We're gonna move, move, move. Nancy, Sharon, you're up, you're up.
Good evening, everyone. Our first inductee tonight is from Colonia High School, Eugene Bradley, class of 1975. Eugene played 2 seasons of varsity football under Hall of Fame coach Joe Martino. His 1974 Colonia football team was elected to our Hall of Fame 5 years ago. That team finished 8-2-0 and won the Middlesex County Athletic Conference. For his 2 seasons, the Patriots were 16-3. Eugene was a first-team All-County running back in the News Tribune and Star Ledger. He was a third-team Star Ledger Group 4 selection. During his senior season, Eugene scored 7 touchdowns and rushed for over 1,000 yards. Following high school, Eugene entered Naval Academy Prep, and a year later, he was admitted to the United States Naval Academy. He continued his football career at Navy by playing on their junior varsity team for 2 years and on their varsity scout teams. Eugene then made a personal decision to join the lightweight or sprint football team for the 78 and 79 seasons. The sprint team had a weight limit of 158 pounds, so Eugene had to lose 30 pounds. But it was worth it, as he was named to the Sprint All-American team in 1978. He graduated from the United States Naval Academy in 1980 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Resources Management. He participated in Navy flight training and earned his aviator wings in 1982. He was a lieutenant in the Navy for 11 years and flew support missions throughout Europe, North Africa, and the Mediterranean Sea. After leaving active duty, he was a lieutenant commander in the U.S. Navy Reserve for 5 years. He has continued his aviation career flying for corporate and commercial enterprises. The WTAAA thanks him for his service and is proud to welcome Eugene Bradley to our Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations, sir. The little middle, baby. Okay, let's go to the carry seat. Center, there, oh, no, it's got, okay, no, center with you.
Our next nominee and inductee, Donna Cecile Falcone from John F. Kennedy Memorial High School, class of 1984. Donna maxed out her athletic opportunities at JFK by earning 9 varsity letters in 3 sports in 3 years: soccer, bowling, and softball. In soccer, Donna moved to the goalie position during her senior season. Her intense practice and training the summer before paid off, as she was named to all division and all county teams as a goalie. Spring meant softball, and Donna was an important contributor to 3 championship seasons. Playing center field as a sophomore and catching her junior and senior years, Donna helped the Mustangs to a Middlesex County Athletic Conference championship and back-to-back Liberty Division titles in the Bicentennial Conference. Her finest individual season coincided with the Mustangs winning the Middlesex County tournament. And although a stellar athlete in soccer and softball, Donna made her mark in bowling. An accomplished and experienced bowler, she was a Middlesex County Athletic Conference All-Conference bowler for 3 years, along with being named All-County in both the News Tribune and the Star Ledger. Donna has an accounting degree from St. Peter's University, but her life priorities have always been family and community. The softball and bowling leagues that she ran and participated in are proof of her involvement, along with being a part of the Elks, a service-based organization. Donna joins her teammate and friend Ann Serrana in the Hall of Fame. Our association can now match the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, as we each have our own AC/DC in our hall. Congratulations, Donna.
Next up, Chris Chiera, Colonia High School, class of 1995. This is very special to me as Chris has been a part of my life for close to 40 years. Chris is a prime example of the successful three-sport student athlete garnering honors in football, basketball, and baseball during his career at Colonia. Success has followed Chris throughout his life. How big an impression did Chris make in high school? During his senior year, he was chosen to play in the 1995 Football Snapple Bowl, the GMC Basketball All-Star Game, the GMC Baseball All-Star Game, and the New Jersey State Baseball All-Star Game in Princeton. Oh, and by the way, he won the 1995 Gene Haley Award for Male Athlete of the Year for Middlesex County. In addition to individual postseason honors in all three sports, Chris played on championship teams in both basketball and baseball. The basketball team was the White Division champs and the 1994 Central Jersey Group 3 state champions in baseball. The team was a White Division champions in '95 and advanced to the Central Jersey Group 3 state finals. Chris moved on to attending college at Monmouth University his freshman year, where he played basketball and gained a berth into the NCAA tournament. After his freshman season, he transferred to Felician College, where he finished out his basketball career. In 1996 and '97, Chris led the nation in three-point field goal percentage and was named first team all-conference. Chris continued to excel in both athletics and academics and was honored as the Felician College Senior Student Athlete of the Year and an NAIA All-American Scholar Athlete in 2000. Although Chris is entering the Hall of Fame as an athlete, his career as a teacher, coach, and administrator are also first-rate. He started his coaching career as an assistant at Colonia High School in football, basketball, and baseball. His greatest coaching success came as a head coach of the Patriot basketball team. In his tenure as head coach, he led his team to 4 division championships, a GMC County championship, and 2 North 2 Group 3 state sectional championships. Chris moved on from teaching and coaching to administration, first as a VP at Woodbridge High School, and then as principal at School 18, and is finally at home in Colonia High School in his second year as principal. Hall of Fame coach Ken Pace referred to Chris as a fearless competitor who also became a tremendous leader. It is very rare to have a high school player excel in all 3 varsity sports over their career. Congratulations, Chris, and welcome to the Woodbridge Township Athletic Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Next up, Mike Cruikshank, Woodbridge High School, class of 1993. Mike wrestled 4 years at Woodbridge High School for Hall of Fame coaches Gary Kuzniak and Ben LaSala. Mike was District 19 champion as a senior at 189 pounds. He was also a finalist in both the GMC tournament and Region 5. He closed his high school career as a New Jersey State place winner. Mike continued his career at the College of New Jersey. He wrestled all 4 seasons and was a 2-time NCAA Division III All-American at 177 pounds. During his college career, Mike won 109 matches. Mike was also a 3-time Metropolitan Conference champion. In his last year, he received the Metropolitan Conference Senior Award and was a 2-time NWCA Scholar Athlete Award recipient. He was team captain at both TCNJ and at Woodbridge High School. Cesar Samaniego, Barron assistant coach, recently stated that when Mike started wrestling, he became a student of the sport. He not only practiced hard and worked hard, he asked questions and studied. His work ethic would serve him well not only in wrestling, but in all his future endeavors. Today, Mike works as a personal trainer at Princeton Fitness and Wellness. Mike's avocation is animal rescue. He has assisted at an animal shelter for many years. The Woodbridge Township Athletic Association welcomes Mike Cruikshank to our Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
You nailed the name.
Got it?
You got it.
Our next inductee, William Fairchild, John F. Kennedy Memorial High School, class of 1971. Bill's athletic career began at Island Junior High under coach Angelo Armando. He played football, basketball, and ran track there. At JFK Memorial High School, he focused on football, where he was a 3-year varsity letter winner in 1968, 69, and 1970. Bill was a 2-year offensive and defensive starter. In 1970, he was selected first-team All-County at defensive back. As a senior and one of the 4 captains, Bill was named Most Outstanding Defensive Performer of the Year by the coaching staff, including head coach Ron Osborne. High school teammate Paul Riccardi stated, "Bill was a coach's athlete. Always he was inspiring, consistent, and set an example for others to follow." After high school, Bill's family moved to North Carolina. He attended Gardner-Webb College and majored in business. He entered the restaurant business, where he remained until he retired about 10 years ago. Tonight, Bill joins his brother Vincent in our Hall of Fame. They become the 25th brother combination in the hall. The WTAA is pleased to induct William Bill Fairchild into our Hall of Fame. Welcome, Bill, and congratulations. Congratulations.
Look at me. Yep, now we're good. Thank you.
Next up, Gerald Foglio, Woodbridge High School, class of 1965. Jerry was a 2-year varsity baseball pitcher for Hall of Fame coach Frank Capraro. In his first season with the Barons, he had a 5-1 record. By his senior season, it all came together for Jerry. After losing his first 3 starts, Jerry won 8 games in a row to close the season in dominant fashion. He pitched to a 1.06 ERA, and the opposition batted only .123 against him. He pitched a total of 70 2/3 innings with 4 shutouts as he led the Barons to another winning season of 12-8-2. When postseason honors were announced, Jerry was named 3rd team All-State, all groups by the Newark Star-Ledger and the Newark Evening News. He was also 1st team All-Middlesex County selection by the Home News. Following high school, Jerry was drafted by Major League Baseball's Milwaukee Braves in the June amateur draft. However, he did not sign a pro contract, but played independent minor league ball. In 1966, he was again drafted by the Detroit Tigers. He signed his first professional contract and thus joined a long list of Woodbridge Township graduates to play professional baseball. During his minor league playing days, Jerry was a member of the Army Reserves, where he served a 6-year military commitment. After his pro career concluded in 1968, Jerry returned home and entered the work world as a truck driver. He later worked in a variety of fields, including construction and the steel business with his brother. Jerry worked various warehouse jobs until his retirement from the workforce. The WTAA is pleased to welcome Jerry Foglia to our Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Trust me. Sit down. Thank you. Trust me.
Come on up if you want to come up. Plenty of cameras.
Get your hand out of the way.
Next, from Colonia High School, class of 1987, Michael J. Grippo. Mike was a state caliber wrestler at Colonia High School for Coach Ray Perez, earning 3 varsity letters. During his junior season, Mike finished with a 20-5 record, a 3rd place finish in the GMCT, and was a District 19 finalist. By senior year, Mike finished 28-5, captured 1st place at 101 pounds in the county tournament and District 19. He took 2nd place in Region 5 to qualify for the states, reaching the quarterfinals. During the season, he accumulated a then school record 73 takedowns. The home news recognized Mike as a first-team selection. Following high school, Mike continued his wrestling career at Princeton University as a 4-year starter. He wrestled in nearly 80 varsity matches throughout his career in 5 different weight classes. He started his freshman campaign at 118 and concluded his senior year at 158. Mike was recognized as an All-Ivy League honorable mention at 158 pounds. He graduated from Princeton University with a BA degree in economics and political science. He earned his MBA in finance from NYU in 1992. Mike is currently Senior Vice President of Strategy and Corporate Development at Catalent Pharma Solutions. He has remained active in the wrestling community as a coach for the Bernardsville Youth Recreation Program. Our association is very pleased to induct Michael J. Grippo into our Hall of Fame. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Appreciate it. Yep, I'm good.
Our next inductee could not be with us this evening, but we honor him anyway. Robert E. Haynes, Jr., Colonia High School, class of 1986. Robert was an outstanding 3-sport athlete at Colonia High School in football, basketball, and baseball. In football, Robert played under Hall of Fame head coach Patsy Barbado. He started for 3 varsity seasons on both sides of the ball. As a junior, he was a first-team All-County defensive back and 3rd team by the Star Ledger. In his senior season, Robert was 3rd team All-State, all groups in the Star Ledger and All Group 3. He was also a first-team All-County defensive back. The Patriots won the Red Division with a 9-2 record. In basketball, playing for Hall of Fame coach Bob Tisdale, Robert was a 2-year starter. In 1985, his team was 22-5 and sectional champions. A year later, they claimed the white division title. And in baseball, Robert started for another Hall of Fame coach, Mickey Cott. He was named honorable mention by the News Tribune. Although Robert's not here tonight, we welcome him to our Hall of Fame. And someone who is here tonight and made sure that Sharon and I knew how to pronounce his name before we started. Louis Lou Hedges from JFK High School, class of 1966. As a member of JFK's second graduating class, Lou participated in varsity cross country and track for the Mustangs, earning 7 letters. Upon graduation, Lou attended Delaware Valley College, where he earned a Bachelor of Science degree and saw his athletic career take off. It was in track where he would establish himself as one of the best in the school's history. He set individual records in the 220 and 440-yard dashes and the 440 intermediate hurdles. He was also a member of the record-setting quarter mile and mile relay teams. His performances always rose to the level of the competition. He was the track team's high scorer for 3 years and its most valuable runner twice. Upon graduation, Lou served in the United States Navy and Naval Reserve prior to beginning a 43-year career in higher education. Returning to Delaware Valley, Lou worked in a variety of administrative positions, as well as serving as an assistant track and field coach for 18 years. He was inducted into the school's Hall of Fame in 1993. In 1976, he moved on to the Philadelphia College of Pharmacy and Science in the admissions department. He was eventually appointed director of admissions, a post he held for 24 years. Besides his duties in the admissions department, Lou started the men's and women's cross-country teams and was the most successful coach in program history. He also served as the head softball coach, recording the highest winning percentage in team history. These coaching successes earned Lou a Hall of Fame induction into the University of the Sciences Athletic Hall in 2020. Now retired, Lou stays active as a member of the Board of Trustees of both Delaware Valley Science Fairs and Delaware Valley University. He's grateful to have had as many great teachers, coaches, and mentors, including Louis Kuhn and Hall of Famer Herb Hollowell, who provided opportunities to grow athletically and professionally. The WTAAA congratulates and welcomes Lou Hedges, athlete, coach, and administrator, into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
All right, Coach Lou.
Our next inductee, Arkadiusz Jodelka, JFK Memorial High School, class of 2003. Eric Jodelka arrived with his family from Poland to start his freshman year at John F. Kennedy Memorial High School. By the conclusion of his senior year soccer season, he had established himself as the most dominant offensive soccer player in JFK history. With the season already underway, Coach Ed Boble gave Eric his first varsity opportunity in a tie game versus Metuchen. Eric went on to score the winning goal in extra time, the first of 26 goals in his freshman season. 2 years later, Eric teamed with fellow Hall of Famer Jeff Gross to lead the Mustangs to a 17-3 record, the GMC Blue Division title, and the GMC championship game. Assistant coach Joe Miggetts recalls, prior to the kickoff of the GMC final game, Jodelka looked at his teammates and gave one message: get me the ball." The team rallied around that call, and Eric went on to dominate the offense for the Mustangs in the 6-1 victory over North Brunswick, scoring 4 goals and distributing 2 assists. Eric was team captain during his senior year. Coach Boble remembers, even as a freshman, Eric played like a man against boys. Eric was an athletically skilled player. He could have played any position on the field, including goalkeeper. Eric made his mark as a leader in the soccer record book at JFK High School, with 67 career goals scored and 43 career assists. Joe Delco was recognized with honors as he was named all 4 years GMC All-Division, GMC All-Conference, NJSCA All-State, Star Ledger All-Area, News Tribune All-Area. For the 2002-2003 season, Eric was named by the New Jersey Soccer Coaches Association as one of the top 51 players in the state. Eric was recruited by Rutgers, redshirting his freshman year. Unfortunately, a subsequent injury ended his soccer career. He is the owner of Joe Delco Corporation, specializing in home renovation and remodeling. One of Eric's favorite memories is Coach Boble picking him up and driving him to and from school when he didn't have transportation. Coach Boble was my Uber driver before Uber even existed. Congratulations, Eric Jodelka, and welcome to the Hall of Fame. Next up, Tim Kasuda, Colonia High School, class of 1998. Tim was a 2-year varsity Colonia football starter under Coach Ben LaSala, playing the running back and linebacker positions. In his junior year, the Star Ledger named him to their all-county 3rd team at linebacker. Tim's senior year, the Patriots won the GMC White Division, while also defeating 2 sectional champions in Sayreville and Woodbridge. The Star Ledger named him to their all-county 1st team at linebacker. The Home News Tribune named him to their 3rd team. Tim was the Colonia High School recipient of the Bill Denny Rutgers Letter Winner Scholarship Award. Following high school graduation, Tim entered the College of New Jersey to play NCAA Division III football. Tim played the running back position and was selected a New Jersey Athletic Conference running back 3 times. During these seasons, Tim led the Lions in rushing and all-purpose yards. Senior year, Tim was team captain. He received the Earl H. Dean Scholar Leader Award at TCNJ. Professionally, Tim has been involved in the corporate global analytics data strategy field. He currently works for Colgate-Palmolive Company. The WTAA welcomes Tim Kasuda to our Hall of Fame. Congratulations. Congratulations. Great job. Nicole LeGrand Harrigan, Colonia High School, class of 1997. Nicole's love of sports was cultivated at a young age, playing various recreational township sports. Nicole went on to be a multi-sport athlete for the Patriots, competing in soccer, basketball, softball, and track. Looking for something to help with her coordination before basketball season, her conditioning, sorry, Coordination and conditioning. There you go. I'm sure Coach Kirby would say it was both, right?
Definitely both. Coach Mill would say it too.
Looking for something to help with conditioning before basketball season, Nicole decided to try out for soccer the summer before sophomore year. By her senior year, she earned all-white division honors as a defender, playing for Hall of Fame coach Jennifer Kirby Jeter. As a sophomore javelin thrower, Nicole placed 5th in the state sectionals, capping off a year in which she set the sophomore records in both the discus and the javelin. By the time she was a senior, Nicole also held the junior records in both events. She also finished in the top 10 at the GMCs both years. In basketball, as a sophomore, junior, and senior, Nicole was recognized with postseason honors. In her senior year, she made All-Division while serving as captain and point guard, leading her team to what was the best record in school history at the time. According to Hall of Fame basketball coach Tom Shamil, Nicole was a clutch player who played her best in big situations. One of those memorable moments came during the 1997 state tournament when her 30-foot buzzer beater against North Hunterdon earned her the 1997 Home News and Tribune Girls Basketball Shot of the Year Award. Nicole was recognized for excellence in both athletics and academics. Nicole was a 1997 Home News and Tribune Girls Scholar Athlete from Colonia, as well as the Colonia High School Female GMC Scholar Athlete of the Year. Nicole stated that she was also proud that she was a nominee for the Wendy's High School Heisman Award in 1997, which honors high school seniors who excel in academics, athletics, and community service. Following high school, Nicole attended North Carolina A&T State University in Greensboro, earning a Bachelor of Science in Biology in 2001. After graduating from college, Nicole began her career at Roche Diagnostics, where she's held various positions since 2001. Congratulations, Nicole, and welcome to our Hall of Fame.
Great job. Congratulations.
When you're looking at me. Thank you.
From Woodbridge High School, class of 1983, Patrick Margiano. Patrick was a 3-year varsity football player in 1980, 81, and 82 under Hall of Fame coach Frank Capraro. An excellent 3-sport athlete, he also played basketball and baseball at Woodbridge High. Pat was a leading contributor on the Barons' first playoff championship team in 1980 as a sophomore. After he was elevated to first team as a defensive end, Pat played a prominent role in the team's rise to the Central Jersey Group 4 championship. In 1982, his senior season, Pat earned first-team honors at defensive end from the News Tribune, the Star-Ledger, and the Home News. He was also awarded the 1982 Demon of the Year for being the team's best defensive player. In basketball, he was a 2-year varsity letter winner and played on the 1982 MCAC championship team under Hall of Fame coach Joe Flaherty. Pat was also a pitcher and 2-year letter winner in baseball for Hall of Fame coach Dick Miglitz. After high school, Pat attended the University of Connecticut on a full football scholarship. He played all 4 years until experiencing a career-ending injury. He was part of 3 Yankee Conference championships and was frequently named a game captain by his fellow teammates. As a way of giving back to the community that helped him develop a love of sports, Pat also coached Pop Warner football for the Port Reading Saints. Woodbridge Saints, but we know it's really Port Reading. Pat earned his BA degree in economics and spent the majority of his career in sales for a variety of national brand companies in the food industry. Today, Pat is retired due to health reasons, but the WTAAA is very pleased to induct Patrick Marciato into our Hall of Fame.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Look at me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Another Woodbridge High graduate, class of 1998, is Sean McGrath. Sean led Hall of Fame coach Bill Nyers' team to a 9-2 record and the program's third Central Jersey Group 4 sectional playoff championship in 1997. From his quarterback position, Sean, a 2-year starter and team captain, set then single-season records for passing yards, touchdowns, and completions. Career-wise, Sean threw 29 touchdowns, 206 pass completions, and over 3,500 yards, at the time a school record. He was named first team Middlesex County in the Ledger and the News Tribune, top 100 All-State by the New Jersey Coaches Association, and he played in the 1998 North-South Classic, where he threw 2 more touchdown passes. 27 years later, Sean is still listed on 10 Barron milestone charts. His 23 completions versus Old Bridge is still a school record. As a high school baseball player, his 3-year varsity pitching record was 12-7-1 for Coach Jim Lammers. He received multiple postseason honors, and he continued his baseball pitching career for 1 full year at the College of New Jersey. Coach Nyers stated, Sean was the definition of having a coach on the field. He was smart, tough, and competitive. Sean was a true winner on and off the field. Sean has been a Sayreville police officer since 2004. In 2018, he was promoted to the rank of sergeant, and he was presented an award by the 200 Club for meritorious service in Middlesex County. This annual award recognizes and commends members of our police, fire, and first aid responders. The WTAAA welcomes Mr. Quarterback Sean McGrath, a Barron always, into our Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
From JFK Memorial High School, Tony Palumbo, bowling and golf coach. Tony began his successful teaching and coaching career at Bishop R. High School, now known as St. Thomas Aquinas. He coached golf, boys and girls soccer, and boys and girls bowling. During his tenure at Bishop R., the boys bowling teams during the 1990s captured division, conference, and state championships. The girls bowling team added a GMC title in 1996. Tony received multiple Coach of the Year honors, and in 2000 was inducted into the NJSCA Hall of Fame. While at Bishop R, he founded the Bishop R Holiday Bowling Classic, an event that is comprised of the best teams in the state. Many years later, he would lead the JFK boys bowling team to 2 of those holiday championships. In 1994, Tony began his teaching career at John F. Kennedy Memorial High School, where he remained until he retired just recently in 2024. At JFK, Tony went on to serve as the coach of the varsity boys golf team from 2001 to 2015, and the boys and girls bowling varsity coach from 2002 to 2015. The boys bowling program captured 10 division championships throughout his span at JFK. Between golf and both boys and girls bowling, Tony was named as Division Coach of the Year 10 times and a Conference Coach of the Year 6 times, while his programs earned the Sportsmanship Award 13 times. While at JFK, Tony continued to receive Coach of the Year honors, recognized by multiple newspapers and organizations. Finally, in 2008, he was selected as the NFHS New Jersey Boys Bowling Coach of the Year, as well as the NFHS Northeast Section Boys Bowling Coach of the Year. Tony has a great source of pride in his involvement in athletic service in interscholastic sports, continuing with membership and leadership roles in the GMC, along with state and national organization. Tony has many fond memories of his involvement in coaching. He is particularly proud that New Jersey was a national leader in participation and innovation in high school bowling during the span of time when he coached. Congratulations, Tony, and welcome to our Hall of Fame.
Good job. From Woodbridge High School, Mark C. Smith, class of 1970. Playing defensive back and receiver for Coach Sam Lupo, Mark and his teammates led the 1969 Barons to one of the greatest seasons in the program's storied history. The generally inexperienced team finished undefeated. Mark Smith was recognized as a first-team All-County linebacker by the News Tribune and first-team All-County defensive back by the Home News. He was also named a Star Ledger All-State Group 4 second-team selection. As a defensive back linebacker, Mark was credited with 41 unassisted tackles. He had 6 interceptions and many knockdown passes. As an offensive player, he had 23 receptions for over 400 yards and 2 touchdowns. In the spring of 1970, Mark was honored as the school's Bill Denny Scholarship Award recipient. Mark was also a starter on the school's winning basketball team in 1969-70 and received the Most Improved Player Award from Coach Joe Flaherty. An excellent student, Mark received a scholarship to the College of William and Mary. There he played tight end receiver and was a 3-year letter winner. In 1972, he caught the winning touchdown pass against Virginia Tech in the Tobacco Bowl, giving William and Mary their first win over the Hokies in 10 years. They probably made a plaque for him. Did they make a plaque for you for doing that? You know? He holds degrees from 4 prominent universities and has been involved in various fields, including the U.S. Navy, education, technology, politics, and law. Service and stewardship has been his guiding principles. A resident of Cranford, Mark was elected to the Township Committee and served as Commissioner, Deputy Mayor, and Mayor. The Woodbridge Township Athletic Alumni Association is pleased and honored to induct Mark C. Smith into our Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Mark, and welcome. Congratulations.
Good.
And on to our last individual inductee from Woodbridge High School, Vicky Spratford, class of 2004. All of our inductees are great, but I think we really might have saved like one of the greatest for last, so we'll see how we do. Vicky Spratford not only had one of the most distinguished bowling careers at Woodbridge High School, but also had an outstanding career at New Jersey City University. As a member of the Lady Barons bowling program, she was captain throughout her sophomore to senior years. During her time in the program, she helped lead the team to 3 Red Division championships, 3 Greater Middlesex Conference championships, and an NJSIAA state championship in 2001, as well as collecting many individual honors. Most notably, she was named first team All-Area all 4 years, twice first team All-State, and 2-time Central Jersey Bowler of the Year. Vicky went on to compete for Division III New Jersey City University, a program that competed against Division I and II schools. This Division III school made the NCAA National Championship Tournament in all 4 years of Vicky's career. She led NJCU to the 2006 and 2008 NCAA Women's Bowling Final 4 matches. Vicky was a 4-time All-American and was also named National 10-Pin Coaches Association Division III National Player of the Year in 2006 and 7 and 2007-2008. Senior year, hit him with your best shot and strike it away is exactly what she did. Vicky led the nation in average with a 206.84 and a total pinfall of 18,202. That's over 88 games and a high game of 297. Vicky appeared on regional and national television several times, and in 2008 became the 6th athlete in NJCU school history to appear in the Faces of the Crowd section of Sports Illustrated. In 2017, Vicky was inducted into the New Jersey City University Athletics Hall of Fame. Today, Vicky joins her sisters, Nicole and Michelle, as the Bowling Sprat Pack is now in the Hall of Fame. Vicky would like to recognize Baron coach Mike Iannazzo for teaching us that strikes are good, but spares win championships, and for leading us throughout our high school careers. Congratulations, Vicky, and welcome to our Hall of Fame. We should double check when they come up, right? That way I can still double check to make sure we have like all of them that are up here.
Our first team from Colonia High School, the 1979-1980 boys basketball team. The Colonia Patriots won the program's 2nd Middlesex County Tournament Championship in what has become a storied basketball history. The team was also co-champions of the Middlesex County Athletic Conference. Under the direction of Hall of Famers, head coach Bob Tisdale and assistant coach Jack Krieger, the team finished with a 23-4 record. They were ranked 17th in the final Star Ledger Top 20. The starters included Hall of Famer Michael Payne, a first-team All-Area Star Ledger, News Tribune, Daily News, Elizabeth Daily Journal, and third-team Star Ledger All-State selection. Another starter was Glenn O'Brien, second-team Star Ledger and News Tribune All-County. 3 additional starters were Clark Payne III, Michael Benda, and Louis Dryka. Substitutes included Bob Moore, Artie Schmidt, Victor Angelo, Dakar Ross, Joe Bands, Kevin Brown, Ken Bradley, Walt Cesny, Joe Armini, and John Vitalin. Most of these athletes also played football or baseball and continued their athletic careers in college. To win the county tournament, the Pats edged Spotswood by 1 point, St. Joe's by 6, St. Peter's by 2, and Perth Amboy by 2 in overtime. Coach Tisdale said after the tournament, "We did the things we had to win. Our kids were mentally ready. He felt they played with a lot of poise." In 2 years, the team lost a total of 9 games while setting a school record of 15 consecutive wins. Former assistant coach Jack Krieger recently stated that the team was, quote, talented, smart, tough, and extremely unselfish. He said Coach Tisdale was especially proud to coach this group because individually they were such fine young men. The team we honor tonight helped to provide the early foundation for all of the future success of Colonia basketball. We are honored and pleased to welcome the 79-80 Colonia High School Patriot boys basketball team into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, gentlemen. With us tonight are Lou Dryka, Bob Moore, Clark Payne, Michael Payne, Glenn O'Brien, and Dakar Ross. Now we switch to the other side of the room and we welcome the 1979-80 Woodbridge girls basketball team. During a 10-year period of consecutive winning seasons, the 79-80 team of Coach Jim Sullivan produced the best record of 23-3. To this day, 23 wins remain the season standard at Woodbridge High School. The Lady Barons went unbeaten in their first 19 games. The team won their second straight MCAC title. They were the #1 seed in both the county tournament and the Central Jersey Group 4 state tournament. An amazing fact about this excellent team is that no starter was taller than 5'8". Coach Sullivan was named County Coach of the Year. The assistant coach was Mike Stawicki. The starters were Maura DeLeo, Joanne Fleming, Denise Lodato, Captain Kathy Weir, and Sue Zaga. All 5 starters received postseason honors. Substitutes on that team included Sharon Black, Fran Fazzari, Michelle Fowler, Diane Metelsky, Mary Powers, Darlene Polhamus, and Leanne Cherokee. Several girls went on to play college basketball. Coach Mike Stawicki stated the following: "There is a quote that a successful team is greater than the sum of its parts. This team achieved a level of accomplishment that has not yet been surpassed." One of the players, Sue Zaga, added, "We were never the tallest or the fastest team, but we were a team that believed and trusted in and respected each other. We worked hard for 3 years and had a special chemistry both on and off the court that worked for us." The Hall of Fame congratulates the Lady Barons girls basketball team, welcomes them into the Hall of Fame. Their early team success in a still young program set a standard for future Woodbridge High School girls basketball teams that has yet to be matched. With us tonight, Sharon Black Riccardi, Fran Fazzari Lee, Joanne Fleming Phyllis, Michelle Fowler, Diane Metelsky Edmonds, Darlene Polhamus, Kathy Weir Vasturia, assistant coach Mike Stawicki, and representing head coach Jim Sullivan, his wife Ann Sullivan.
Michelle. Okay, Mike. Good. Nice to meet you. Yes. All right. Here we go. Pretty impressive. What's that? I said your rep is still bubbles.
Yeah, but amazing.
We can still play. Take care, buddy. You're welcome, my friend.
Our next team from Colonia High School, the 1980-81 girls bowling team. The 1980-81 Colonia girls bowling team had a banner year under coach Richard Clark. They captured the Central Jersey Conference Championship, the Middlesex County Conference Championship, along with the Middlesex County American League Championship. This completed a memorable season with a 19-1 record and the New Jersey State Bowling Championship. The championship team consisted of these 8 girls, senior captains Karen Kressler-Follis and Donna Stanerski, Diana. Other seniors included Cynthia Parker Terranova, and we remember in memoriam Veronica Olensowitz. Juniors were Pamela Benzer-Ali, Barbara Click, and Suzanne Piasta-Kozub. Sophomore Julianne Nillen rounded out the team. This team won often. It was their 3rd consecutive Middlesex County Conference title, as well as being the Middlesex County Tournament champions and the Central Jersey Bowling League champs. Kressler and Sterneski were named outstanding female athletes for Colonia High School, and additionally, Kressler was the number 3 in the top bowlers of the decade. Donna Sterneski, when reminiscing about the state championship, recalls, "I remember the day we won. We knew we were good enough to win, and we did just that. The excitement and pride we felt that day will never be forgotten." We welcome to the Hall of Fame the 1981 Colonia Girls Bowling Team, a group that reached the pinnacle of success. Congratulations, ladies, and well-deserved. Here with us today, Pamela Benzer-Ali, Karen Kressler-Follis, Suzanne Piasta-Kozub, Cynthia Parker Terranova, and representing Veronica Olensowitz, her sister Frances Olensowitz, and brother Michael. Congratulations.
I will, thank you.
Congratulations. Well deserved. Videos, championships, that's it.
It's my sister. Right over here.
Okay.
Okay, more over? More over? Okay. Okay, let's go. Just over once. All right, here we go. Now look at me. Leave you like each other. There you go.
From John F. Kennedy Memorial High School, the 1988-89 and the 1989-90 girls bowling teams. Because of the back-to-back successes of the 1989 and 1990 bowling teams, the Hall of Fame decided to induct both teams simultaneously tonight. Peter Rounds coached both teams to NJSIAA State Group 3 Sectional Championships. The 1988-89 squad had a season record of 19-3. The team consisted of all-conference bowlers Amy Matisa, Marie Ward, and Lori Ann Suchak, along with Karen Suchak. Lisa Sassarak, Vicki Brady, and Ellen DeLuca rounded out the squad. The 1989-90 team equaled the success of the previous season and raised the bar for future teams. The team included 5 returning bowlers, Captain Marie Ward, Lori Ann Suchak, Karen Suchak, Lisa Sassarak, and Vicki Brady, and added newcomers Nancy Zazzarino, Yvonne Willenberg, and Melody Ball. This group finished the season with an impressive 21-1 record and added 2 more championships to their sectional title. They captured the GMC White Division title and finished first in the Joe Romer tournament. Lisa Sassarak had the GMC's top average and was joined on the all-conference team by Marie Ward, Karen Suchak, and Vicki Brady. With 2 consecutive state sectional championships and a combined record of 40-4, it is easy to see why this group is being welcomed into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, ladies, great job. Here with us today, Amy Matisa Moyer, Karen Suchak Connolly, Lorianne Suchak Krozik, and Marie Ward Anderson. Congratulations. All right.
Next is the 1992-93 Woodbridge girls bowling team. This team was led by Hall of Fame coach Michael Yanazzo, and the roster included Jennifer Adamson, Adrian Asta, Melanie Evans, Wendy Fatok, Kelly Moore, Jeannie Mulheron, Beth Porcelana, Nicole Spratford, Sarah Taylor, and Beth Varner. The Barons went undefeated this season, going 22-0 while capturing the Red Division Championship and the Greater Middlesex Conference Championship. The program captured the 17th annual Joe Romer Memorial Tournament with a record-breaking performance. After the victory in the GMC Conference Tournament, Coach Yanazzo said, "This is the highest shooting team I've ever had here, and I've been coaching for 20 years." The Barons captured the Central Jersey State Championship with a 125-pin victory, advancing to the NGSIAA Championships. Trailing by 90 pins with 1 game remaining in the state finals, the Barons found themselves face-to-face with adversity for possibly the first time all season. They answered by rolling a 960 third game and overtook Toms River East to claim the state championships. They became the only team to break 900 on the day, and they bounced back to win the title by 40 pins. End-of-season honors for the team included 6 players being named to the All-Conference team, and 7 players were also named All-Red Division. Congratulations to the resilient 1992-93 Lady Barons Bowling, and welcome to the Hall of Fame. Here with us tonight, Kelly Moore-Joy, Beth Moore, Beth Porcelana, Nicole Spratford Opasnik, and Coach Mike Yanazzo. You're welcome.
Got it? It's gonna take all night. Got it? Okay.
After inducting a bowling coach, 2 individual bowlers, and 4 bowling teams, are you ready for another bowling team? You'll be disappointed, because we end tonight with the 1997 John F. Kennedy Memorial High School baseball team. This is the only way we we can get Coach Smith to stay the whole evening, so we have to have him come up last. The 1997 JFK Mustang baseball team won the program's second Central Jersey Group II State Sectional Championship with a 3-2 victory over Manasquan. The team was coached by Jerry Smith Sr. They also won another GMC division title and were both a Greater Middlesex County Tournament and state finalist. The team finished the season with a 22-9 record. They were ranked number 5 in the area. For this season, Coach Smith was named Division and Conference Coach of the Year. 7 players had 20-plus hits. School records were set for hits, doubles, walks, runs, RBIs, and stolen bases. All-state selection and Hall of Famer senior Chris Boglovsky had a school record of 47 hits. The team roster: seniors Chris Boglovsky, Robert Castellucci, Tom Johnson, Jeremy Nodell, and Joe Massimino. The juniors on the team were Trevor Conroy, Fabio Jimenez, Richard Maddox, Craig Napolitano, and Tim Simonitis. The one sophomore was Matt Boglovsky, and the one freshman, Joe Bergondo. Assistant coach was Doug Sealander, the trainer was Steve Labosco, and the scorekeepers were Rebecca DeRollo, Jessica Napolitano, and Tracy Cosgrove. The team's motto was, "Whatever it takes." And true to Coach Smith's philosophy, the 97 team came ready to play every game. Their 3-2 victory over Manasquan to win the sectional championship made the season an unbelievable ride. The 97 team enjoyed a highlight year, and the WTAAA, with its microphone still working, recognized this Kennedy baseball team and welcomes them into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Mustangs. Here with us tonight, Chris Boglovsky, Matt Boglovsky, Robert Castellucci. I added an extra vowel. Fabio Jimenez, Tom Johnson, Rich Maddox, Dr. Joe Massimino, Jessica Napolitano, Eric Simino, Tim Simonitis, and Coach Jerry Smith.
2 rows.
You'll add some beauty to this.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Lay down, lay down.
It's the
Wait. Don't move.
Mrs. Castellucci, over here. Thank you getting him in there. You see him every night.
I got him. There we go.
Everybody see my phone?
That's the official picture. No, because you need the real guy. It's real guy now.
Oh, over there. Yeah. Hey, Ray.
Good? No, don't move.
Oh, my God, I'm getting harassed.
Nice picture. What? It's a nice picture.
Thanks, Nick. Thank you, guys.
Yes, I'm big. Don't worry.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost finished, but we have one important thing to do, and that is the benediction. We do close the program with the benediction. Deacon Peter Barcelona needed to leave, so I will read the benediction to you. Bear with me, please. Let us pray. Thank you, Lord, for your presence with us this evening. Lord, we ask your continued blessings upon our honorees and their families. We give you thanks for the opportunity to gather and share fellowship. As we leave from this place, we ask you to bless us throughout the remainder of this day and to guide us safely home. We pray in your holy name. Amen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this evening. It was a pleasure for us to do it for you. Honorees, sincere congratulations. You deserve it. You deserve to be in this Hall of Fame. Every single one of you. Please take your booklets with you. Don't leave them here. Take your booklets, please. And have a safe trip home. And thank you for coming and supporting our new inductees.